Hi, this is Jason Isaacson of AJC, live from Tunis, Tunisia, on the north coast of Africa. This is the second of two stops that AJC is making this week in this region, having spent a few days in Morocco before coming to Tunisia. We are here in a delegation of AJC board members to meet with civil society, to meet with political leadership, to meet with government officials, to meet with diplomats, and of course to make contact with our friends in the Jewish communities of both of these countries. Both Tunisia and Morocco have been swept up in the wave of change, of reform across the Arab world over the last 2.5 years. In fact, that wave began in Tunisia just 2.5 years ago. It was in January of 2011 that the longtime dictator Ben Ali was toppled by a mass revolt. The spark that then grew into changes across the Arab world. Morocco and Tunisia have very different politics, very different political traditions, very different systems and societies. Morocco is a kingdom with a king who is introducing incremental political reform. Actually, there is an Islamist political figure who is the Prime Minister of Morocco. Islamists are in the Moroccan government. They've been part of Moroccan politics, an accepted part of Moroccan politics for a number of years. And one could say moderated by the political compromises and accommodations that are necessary in political life. Tunisia is in a very different place. The Tunisian government today is an interim government. It's a troika of Islamist and secular parties. There's no tradition of democracy in Tunisia. They're inventing everything from scratch, and it's been a difficult process, and it's an unfolding process even now. There is a draft constitution that's been circulating. The Constitution has a number of articles that have been controversial over the years. Some of the most controversial have been struck out in the latest version. Thankfully, there are ongoing questions about the way that the new Constitution will continue the tradition of women's suffrage, of women's equality, of minority rights in general, of the rights of non-believers as well. There have also been questions over the last year or so of Constitution drafting, whether the Constitution might include language making illegal the possibility of normalization of relations with Israel. That language is not now in the Constitution. We are, of course, discussing with officials here the urgency of making sure that it remains not in the Constitution, as well as maintaining the traditions of pluralism that have been so much a part of Tunisian civilization, Tunisian culture, certainly in recent decades. AJC stays in close touch with both Tunisia and Morocco. The Jewish communities here are part of our international network, and we visit as often as possible. We're also, of course, conscious of the importance of Tunisia and Morocco both to the United States. Of course, America has a very important strategic relationship with Morocco, has been a friend of Morocco for a long time. Tunisia is a much smaller country, but also important as a gateway to North Africa. AJC will stay in touch with both of these countries, certainly stay in close contact with the Jewish communities, and we hope that as the processes of reform, of democratization spread through both of these countries, there will be continuation of the traditions of pluralism, especially protection and full integration of the Jewish communities in both of these important countries. Thank you for viewing this live from video. Please feel free to share this with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. Continue to follow AJC. Thank you.